Hey, what's up, everybody? This is DJ Keel here, and today we're going to talk about the REV7. But before we get into that, please like and subscribe in the comment section down below. Help out with the algorithm. And it's been a while since I said that, so welcome back. You know, it's February 2022 now. A bunch of people have already done lots of videos about the REV7, and I kind of thought I would throw my 2 cents in there. This is not a review or a recommendation or hands-on or whatever. I'm telling you my thoughts about what I think this product is and where I think this is going. So if you're coming here for that, you can do the thumbs down now or leave a mean comment. That's fine. That's fine too. I don't really care. But anybody else who wants to have a discussion, come on in. let's talk about this for a second. So let me talk about the good and I guess the bad. I think the new technology with the jog wheel and the LED screen, awesome. Chef's kiss, amazing. I love it. That's great. I'm hoping that this kind of trickles down into like the DDJ 1000 Mark II or the 3000 Mark II. I would like to see the technology that they have in here, just like with the waveforms and that kind of stuff. Bring that to your whole line. Bring it to everything. Whatever it takes. I love that screen in the jog wheel. I think that's awesome. I would like more of that, please. I would also like to see if we could get maybe a standalone kind of controller type thing. You know, with motorized, of course, but like not necessarily like a 3000 or a Nexus 3000, but like a little bit lower in price, I guess. But, you know, that same technology into individual CDJ controller type devices. I think that would be awesome. And this is probably either it's on Pioneer's radar for the future or this is a wasted opportunity because there's people who have S9s, S7s, S11s, or any other controller, mixer, whatever, that would probably like to have this kind of stuff and mess around with it. Complete the set. I'm just saying, Pioneer, complete the set. Well, I was looking at like researching, putting this stuff together. I realized like every major company has some kind of motorized controller at this point. Denon has the SC5000 and is it the 6000M? The Rain has the Rain 1. Tractor has the S4 Mark III and the S2. And Pioneer now. Pioneer has this as well. This is awesome. I think this is kind of cool. I will take the L though because I kind of predicted, I thought that the DJ Mark was going to go into the all-in-one device type thing. And I guessed wrong. So, you know, I mean, it happens. Whenever somebody goes on a limb and tries to talk about stuff like way in advance down the road, you're bound to get hiccups and stuff like that. I thought more people were going to come with more all-in-one devices. They took a left turn and went to motorized jog wheels. So, okay then. I mean, the all-in-one stuff's probably still coming, but like as it stands, it looks like we're going towards motorized jog wheels. As a fan of this stuff, like as DJ equipment and gear, whatever, I'm excited for this type of gear, but I don't know if I would buy one, especially because this doesn't support Rekordbox and it's just Serato alone. And I have Serato controllers. I would put it like this. It's not a need. It's more of a cool want, if that makes any sense. I like this stuff and it would be cool to have, but I wouldn't break the bank for it. And, you know, like, I don't know. I have a complaint. I don't know if it's a complaint, probably just, I'm not particularly excited about the trend where I think is going, but I'll get to that in a second. So I'm excited that, you know, we got a bunch of new controllers that motorized for the turntablists and this kind of people. I'm personally not a turntablist, all right? I like mixing. I like that stuff. I like putting two songs together and making remixes and that kind of thing. I don't pretend to be a scratch turntablist, and I would say my skills are mediocre to average at best. All right, I'm not one of those people who pretend like I'm the best DJ. Like I don't do that. I don't do that. I like mixing, blending, remixes, that kind of cool stuff. But so like this thing isn't necessarily for me. But if they came up with the DDJ 1000 Mark II and they put the screens in there, I probably would be on that. Yeah. I I am annoyed though because I wish it supported Record Box and Serato at the same time and Virtual DJ. Like, come on, man. Obviously, it's gonna support Virtual DJ, but I'm just saying, like, it would be cool if it supported all three of the software at the same time. But I guess they're gonna sell another one because it was the 1000. They had a Record Box version of 1000. I don't know why Pioneer does that. Wouldn't it be simpler just to make the one machine? Because the people who are going to buy it, it's going to be either or. But now, if it doesn't support one thing, well, you're cutting off part of the market because it doesn't support the thing. I don't know how this thing works. I'm not a super scientist or whatever. I'm not a smart guy. I'm just saying, like, it would make more sense if you could make one controller that works with everything. But anyways. All right, I know it sounds like a ramble, but I was a point I'm trying to get to here, right? But overall, I like where this stuff is going. I hope it trickles down to other gear, and I think we can all agree that this is kind of cool. One thing that was interesting to me about this is that, and I want to preface this in saying that I'm not taking a shot at this controller. Controller looks cool. I've played around with it a little bit and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So it's not a shot at the controller. And honestly, it's more of a question that I have for DJs. And you can definitely leave a comment down below about this. Are we being overwhelmed with features and buttons for things we don't use? I'm thinking about this for me personally, as a DJ. While I'm at home, I would probably fool around, maybe make a routine or just play around with those stuff, the extra features on top of the controller or whatever. But DJ Keo at a wedding or an event or something like that, I will never touch these buttons in a million years. I was thinking about this when I was looking at some of the reviews and people were talking about, all the stuff, all the cool things it could do. And it's not to take it out. Like, I'm not saying that. But I'm wondering, is it kind of overkill with a lot of this DJ gear today? Are we putting too much kitchen sink into it and kind of getting away from the essence of DJing? Because, like, as a thought experiment, right? How many stuff do you actually use on your mixer or controller today? Like, just take a second. Look at your controller with your 80,000 buttons on it and 50,000 knobs and 100 million effects, whatever. Think about it for a second. What's your basic, like, what are the buttons and the stuff that you use on a consistent basis? I don't, I honestly thought about it and I was like, yo, I could probably do an event and, okay, filters, 100% I use loops because I like to I make remixes and stuff on the fly. Some, effects I use for sure, but like, it's not a lot. Like, it's more of the core basics. I'm more of a blend two songs together kind of thing and, do loops or remixes or whatever, but like, that's about it. Half of the controller or half of the thing, I don't even touch those buttons. And even in the DJ software, there's stuff I don't even mess with. And honest to God, like, I think about it, for most DJs, I think we're all consistent in that we don't mess around with all these other things. And it's more about just blending the 2 songs together, or maybe 3 songs. If I'm feeling irie or whatever the saying is. I don't know what the saying is. Terrible Jamaican. But I'm saying, like, if I'm having fun, whatever, I'm in a good mood, I'll fool around with the decks and actually do more stuff. But generally, I mix 2 songs together. Filter, effects, yada, yada, yada. That's about it. I don't use the scratch banks. Sometimes I use the sampler, but I'm not one of those DJ Keo. I don't do that. I hate that. It drives me crazy seeing that kind of crap at an event or a wedding. Oh my God, it drives me crazy. Is this an indictment as for DJs that, we're only using 10%, 20% of our actual gear? Is that an indictment on us, or, we have it too good? I came up with records, all right? So I've been on a Vistex mixer with 2 channels, and that's it. I did a little cutting, and that's pretty much it. The reverb and effects and echo and stuff, that was a godsend when it first came, and a lot of DJs use that, but it doesn't really go farther than that. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of DJs that have the basic initial setting that came out of Rekordbox or Serato or whatever. They don't even know there's more effects in there. Ask yourself really hard, how much of these things do you use? And is it overkill or unnecessary? And it's not, I don't want to knock it as I don't want this stuff on my controller, but I'm asking, because when I saw the REV7 initially, I was like, yo, this thing looks like a spaceship. And you need an owner's manual just to even figure out what the hell you're doing. But basics are all there, all the cool stuff you need, like the pitch bend, everything's there. And it is solid. But all this extra stuff, do you actually use it? Or is it just there? I think, in my opinion, right? I want to throw a merch out there, but I feel like most DJs use 10 to 20% of the buttons on their controller, and most DJs just blend 2 songs together, echo, reverb out. That's it. And then a couple air horns and their DJ whatever name. And that is it. Is that a problem? Are we doing too much? Do we need to get back to basics? Just a 2-channel mixer with no buttons, no cue points, nothing? Is that, what I'm saying? Do we need to go back to that? Or I don't know. It's what's the what's the name? DJ Khaled had the suffering from success. We're suffering from too much options, too much stuff. If you think about your basic controller runs rings about whatever the top of the line thing was 10 years ago. Your basic controller that you spend $800 on, $1,000, runs rings around whatever was out 10 years ago. 5 years ago, we can even go that far. If you compare, the 3000 for Pioneer or the Denon SC6000, light years ahead of where we were today or back in the day. Now, as a DJ who just blends 2 songs together, or maybe 3 for feeling randy, whatever, is this overkill? Do we need all this new gear? And I'm not to say don't get it or don't buy, because, I like buying gear too. But I'm just saying, as a DJ, do you feel like this is too much and we're overdoing it? Leave a comment below. I would really like to hear this conversation. I think that this is probably a good discussion, and we can go somewhere. And it's not to be like a purist of, I don't DJ, whatever. I'm not doing a hating whatever nonsense, but as a pure discussion, how much of the features on your controller or mixer do you actually use on a consistent basis? Not just, oh, I was fooling around trying to do a DMC routine in my basement and I packed up my gear and I didn't do any of this crap at an actual gig. I'm talking about like on a consistent basis. How much of this stuff do you actually use? Leave a comment below. I would like to hear this. I may even put a poll in the community tab. We'll see about that. Anyways. So to recap, if you stayed with me this long, I like the REV7. That's kind of cool. Hope it trickles down to maybe some standalone type things. Maybe something for a companion thing for S7 or S11 or whatever. That'd be kind of like, you know, mini controller or whatever. I like the screen. I really love the screen. Put that on a little controller. Anyways, happy about that. Concerned about the buttons, all right? We're in overkill territory for people putting two songs together. Now, maybe they should do a watered down version without like the rotary rotating jog wheels, motorized. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I have to record this twice, or this is the second time I'm recording this. Motorized jog wheels. Maybe they got a controller like a DDJ, 1000 Mark II with the screen on the jog wheel, but it doesn't rotate. I'll be down with that. And it supports Record Box and Serato and Virtual DJ. You have to always add and Virtual DJ into it. But like, that would be cool. Like something like that would be cool. I hope the design language continues to everything in the product line, including the 3000, because that screen with the waveforms, that is awesome. Everybody should have that. That is awesome. Anyways. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'm alive. Just busy. I'm alive though. There's more videos coming up soonish. We'll see about that. Actually, there's a couple of videos I want to talk about. I want to talk about those things over there, which are extinct. Thank you, Serato. I want to talk about the NFTs and metaverse. I have a couple of videos that I want to talk about this week. We'll see how that goes. Busy stuff. I might have a partnership I might announce soon as well. Some things are in the works. There's some things in the works. And some interviews coming up as well, too. Anyways, if you want to support the channel, take a breath here. Buy something from my merch shop, djkeel.store. Link is in the description. I have the new shirts. Peace out. They are in the store right now. You want to support the channel, get one of those. No one's going to know what it means except anybody who watches the channel. And yeah. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And peace out, bitches.